We will start with the recitation of the first 10 lines, okay? Atha Pradhanikam Rahasyam Om Asya Sri Saptasati Rahasyatrayasya Narayana Rishihi Anushtup Mahakali Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswatyo Devata Yadokta Phalavapyartam Jape Vinyogaha Rajo Vaja Bhagavannavatara me Chandikayastvayodhitaha Yetesham Prakritim Brahman Pradhanam Vaktumarhasi Aradhyam Yanmaya Devya Swarupam Yena Chadvija Vidina Bruhi Sakalam Yatavat Pranatasya me Rushiruvaja Idam rahasyam paramam anakeyam prachakshate bhakto sitina me kinjit tava vacham naradhipa sarvasyadhya mahalakshmi striguna parameshwari lakshya lakshya swarupasa vyapya krutsnam vyavastita Matulungam gadam ketam panapatram cha bibhrati Nagam lingam cha yonim cha bibhrati nrupamurdhani Tapta kanchana varnabha tapta kanchana bhushana Shunyam tadakilam svena purayamasa tejasa Shunyam tadakilam lokam vilokya parameshwari Babaraka paramam rupam tamasa kevalenihi Sabhinnanjana sankasha damshtankidavaranana Vishalalochana nari babhuvatanu madhyama Khadgapatra shirakheteiralankrita chaturbuja Kabandhaharam shirasa bhibranahi shirasrajam Sa provacha mahalakshmim tamasi pramadottama Nama karma cha me matar dehi tubhyam namo namaha. Come to the 11th, okay? Tam provacha mahalakshmi
Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tam provacha mahalakshmi
Tamasim pramadottamam
Tamasim pramadottamam Tamasim pramadottamam
Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam
Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam
Dadami tava namani
Dadami tava namani Dadami tava namani
Yani karmani tani te
Yani karmani tani te Yani karmani tani te
Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te
Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te
Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te
Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te Tam provacha mahalakshmi Tamasim pramadottamam Dadami tava namani Yani karmani tani te
Mahamaya Mahakali
Mahamaya Mahakali
Mahamari Kshudatrusha
Mahamari Kshudatrusha Mahamari Kshudatrusha
Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha.
Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha. Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha.
Nidra Trishna Chaikavira.
Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Nidra Trishna Chaikavira.
Kalaratrir Duratyaya.
Kalaratrir Duratyaya. Kalaratrir Duratyaya.
Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya.
Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya. Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya. Two lines together.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha. Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya.
Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha. Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya. Mahamaya Mahakali Mahamari Kshudatrusha. Nidra Trishna Chaikavira. Kalaratrir Duratyaya.
I will recite the next two lines also. So this one is complete, okay? Imani tava namani.
Imani tava namani. Imani tava namani.
Pratipadhyani karmabhihi.
Pratipadhyani karmabhihi. Pratipadhyani karmabhihi.
Imani tava namani. Pratipadhyani karmabhihi.
Imani tava namani. Pratipadhyani karmabhihi. Imani tava namani. Pratipadhyani karmabhihi.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Sorry, yebhik karmani te jnatva.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yebhik karmani te jnatva.
Yodhi te soshnute sukham.
Yodhite soshnute sukham. Yodhite soshnute sukham.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhi te soshnute sukham.
Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhite soshnute sukham. Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhite soshnute sukham.
Imani tava namani pratipadyani karmabhihi. Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhi te soshnute sukham.
Imani tava namani pratipadhyani karmabhihi. Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhite soshnute sukham. Imani tava namani pratipadhyani karmabhihi. Yebhik karmani te jnatva. Yodhite soshnute sukham.
Tam provacha Mahalakshmi Stamasim Pramadottamam. Pramadottama is here the tamas aspect of Amba, which came out from her, emerged from her, asked her question, give me my names, give me what I have to do. To that, Mahalakshmi is answering the tamasi, the following words. Dadami tava namani yani karmani tanide. I will give you the names as well as what you have to do. So now we see Mahalakshmi is already present there, and her tamasic aspect is the next one that got out. I will give you your duties as well as the names. Then the next line comes, Mahamaya, Mahakali, Mahamari, Kshuda, Trusha, Nidra, Trishna, Ekavira, Kala Ratrir, Duratyaya. All these names, we have seen it in Mahatmyam. So you are called Mahamaya. Mahamaya is great illusion. Mahakali, dark one. Darkness, great darkness. Mahamari. Mahamari is the great destroyer. We call all the epidemics as Mahamari. So it's great destroyer. It is a form of Durga. Kshuda. Kshuda means hunger. Trusha. Trusha means thirsty. Hunger and thirsty. Nidra, sleep. Nidra is not a simple nidra. Nidra is some kind of a procrastination when you feel so fatigued, not fatigued, lethargic, and you just want to lie down. That kind of nidra. Nidra. Trishna. Trishna is desire. Trishna. Ekavira. Ekavira. She is the only heroine here. Ekavira. Heroine, not only heroine, she is a warrior. Ekavira. Kalaratri. Dark night. Kalaratri. Duratyaya. She is the inscrutable one. Duratyaya. These are all the names given to her by Mahalakshmi. So Mahamaya, Mahakali, Mahamari, Kshuda, Trusha, Nidra, Trishna cha Ekavira, Kalaratrir, Duratyaya. All these names are given to her by Mahalakshmi. Then next comes what is her duties, job to be done. Imani tava namani pratipadhyani karmabhihi. Your name itself reflects what your actions are. Probably they are interdependent. Actions denoted the name. Name denotes the action here. So, imani tava namani pratipadhyani karmabhihi. The meanings are revealed by your actions, because whatever you do, that actions will appropriately will mean the name also. Yebhi karmani te nyatva sodite soshnute sukham. If someone, nyatva means to understand or to know, you through your actions, whoever reflects on that form, whatever the actions, through your actions, if they are able to reflect on your form, they will live happily. They will attain happiness. That is, soshnute sukham. They will attain happiness. Imani tava namani pratipadhyani karmabhihi yebhi karmani tenyatva. So through this karma, the duties that you are performing, nyatva, if they know you by that name and think about you, reflect on you, then they will attain happiness. Soshnute sukham. Sodhite soshnute sukham. So those people who reflect on you through your actions, that particular form, they will attain happiness. This is what he says. So the first aspect that emerged, tamasic aspect that emerged from Mahalakshmi, none other than the Durga, Mahakali, Jamunda, whatever the names that we have given, all these throughout that Mahatmyam, it fits up. Okay. Next, from Mahalakshmi Swarupam, Sattvic aspect emerges now. Okay?
So knowing her in these negative forms also.
It is not negative. You have to understand it is a blessing in disguise. There is no negativity in the creation. It is a blessing in disguise. Because what happens, the karmas that we do reflects the negativity. It is not God's creation is negative. The karmas that we perform, so many times, be it good or bad, we do it according to our own karmas. We are not able to that we don't get that clarity, like what we are doing is dharmic or adharmic. So many times in this Kali Yuga, dharma and adharma is so confusing. We really don't know exactly what is dharma, and the dharma goes according to the situation. So what happens, the God is not destructive. Creation is not destructive. Creation understand God or creation is only the reflection of your thoughts, how you approach them. First thing is that. It is only the Prakriti, if you take it. Now you have a lot of floods. Why we have floods? Because we have abused the nature. We have cut all the trees. We have constructed buildings. Even our own is standing on some of the trees, like when forest. We have abused water. We have polluted the air. We have done everything. So nature is reacting. In the same way, it is only our approach. Why we have so many gods? Ours is not, it is only a single God for us. Why we have so many gods? Because everyone approaches God in a different way, and God comes in that form, the way he approaches, he or she approaches. Always remember one thing, divinity and nature is only a reaction to your thoughts. If thoughts are pure, thoughts are positive, you see the divinity there. If thoughts are crooked, if thoughts are negative, God comes in the form of negativity. Negativity and positivity is your attribution. Divine is never negative. So many times when the teacher has to use the scale, mother has to use the rod. Why? To correct you. It is not negativity. It is to make you understand or guide you to the right path. So many times by just mere telling, you don't go in that path. Sometimes rod is needed. No? As a punishment. So it is not a punishment, it is to direct you to that point. So understand, divinity is always a reaction. Divinity reflects your thoughts. Divinity, the way you approach it comes in that way. If you abuse nature, nature abuses. Nature has no other thing. It does not, that intention of nature is not to create problems here. So many times pralayam, we call it as pralayam. We never call it as destruction. In Sanatana Dharma, srishti sthiti samharam. Samharam is not destruction, it is only pralayam. Again you are going back to the source. Understand that, very clear. So the names that we have given here, Mahamaya, Mahakali, Mahamari. Just imagine, Ajnanam gives that illusion. You are not searching the truth, it is your problem. You are not searching the truth, it is your problem in the sense you have brought that karma. No? Karma is preventing you from seeing the truth. Why Mahakali has to take a form as a Kali, or Durga? Why she has to take? When the atrocities go out of hand, you need a rod. That is what Mahakali represents.
Like the whole story, all the asuras.
All the asuras. Like, when things go out of hand, when the egocentric, ego is the main thing. When things become egocentric, then she has to take the rod. Understand that God, divinity and the nature, it only reflects you. You cannot go and correct it, you cannot call it negative. Negativity resides in us. Negativity, when you look at it with that kind of a jaundiced eye, we call it, no? Everything will look yellow. If you look at God as negative, it will come only as negative. Because your thought had been like, thinking negatively about the divine. In the same way, Prakriti, all these things are the creations of God, excepting human beings. They all follow the cosmic law, cosmic nature. It is only us, we are get transgressed here in so many other ways because we have got a lot of distractions and diversions, and the desire and the ego and the mind and the antakarana that takes you somewhere else. Even the animals don't go against nature. You can never see a lion go for a kill when it is not hungry. Do we do that? We don't do it. We hoard. We keep hoarding. Now a refrigerator also has come. It's so easy to hoard things inside. No? What is meant to be there, we are abusing, misusing, whatever the adjective you want to give. So it reacts in the same way. There's no negativity. Understand one thing very clearly. Mahatmyam teaches you only one thing. Divinity is never negative. It reflects your mind and it reflects your thought. The way you approach it reflects that way. That is why for Asura she had to come as Kali. For Hiranyakashipu, Mahavishnu had to take the avataram of Nrsimha. Why Prahlada was not scared? Prahlada was such a small kid. He should be really scared. Prahlada's story teaches you so much. So divinity is never negative. Understand that. And Prakriti is only reacting to our abuses. They are all talking about like how many vehicles on the thing, every time the Prithvi Mata, how much she will be, every time a rocket takes off, how much she will be, what she will be going through. I used to really feel that. In between there were so many rockets were going up. Those days also people saw, they sat in one place, they did the dhyanam, they could go see the entire prapancha. These people had to use a manual rocket to go there. Because science, no? They have that limitations. So understand they are never negative. So this is not the negative aspect of the Devi. They are all like coming in the form that they need to do it. Understand that. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Tamityuktva Mahalakshmihi Swarupamaparam Nrupa Tamityuktva Mahalakshmihi Swarupamaparam Nrupa Sattvakyena Shuddhena Gunenendu Prabham Dadau Sattvakyena Shuddhena Gunenendu Prabham Dadau Shuddhena Gunenendu Prabham Dadau Shuddhena Tamityuktva Mahalakshmi Swaswaru Tamityuktva Mahalakshmi Swarupamaparam Nrupa सत्त्वाकेनातिशुद्धेन गुणेनेन्दुप्रभं ददौ
तामित्युक्त्वा महालक्ष्मी स्वरूपमपरं नृप सत्त्वाख्येनातिशुद्धेन गुणेनेन्दुप्रभं ददौ तामित्युक्त्वा महालक्ष्मी स्वरूपमपरं नृप सत्त्वाख्येनातिशुद्धेन गुणेनेन्दुप्रभं ददौ
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधारा
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधारा
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा
वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी
वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी
सबभूव वरा नारी
सबभूव वरा नारी सबभूव
सा बभूव वरा नारी
सा बभूव वरा नारी सा बभूव वरा नारी
नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ अक्षमालाङ्कुशधरा वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी सा बभूव वरा नारी नामान्यस्यै च सा ददौ
तामित्युक्त्वा महालक्ष्मीः स्वरूपमपरं नृप. Now she finished talking to Mahakali. After that, O King Nrupa, Nrupa means the king. Now the Rishi is addressing the king. We are back into the darkness when we were talking about the light. No problem, it will come back. Thamityuktva Mahalakshmi Swarupam Aparam Nrupa. So her beautiful form, Sattva Kenati Shuddhena, pure power known as Sattva. We saw pure tamasic aspect. Now pure Sattva aspect. Pure Sattva aspect emerged from her beautiful form. How it looked, Shuddhena, it is pure form. Gunenendu Prabham Dadau. Indu Prabham. Indu Prabham means luster like moon. Her form, the purity of her form is like the light of the moon rays. It means it is not only lustrous, it is cool. So, Tamityuktva Mahalakshmi, after she is spoken to her, Swarupam Aparam, through her power known as Sattva Kenati Shuddhena, pure power of Sattva which emerged, assumed another form. She assumed Swarupam Aparam. Another form she assumed with her pure sattvic power, which has got lustrous moonlight, like the moon. It is cool as well as bright and pure white. What she is now holding in her hand, Akshamala Ankushadhara. Akshamala Ankusha. Akshamala and Ankusha, she's having in two hands. Veena Pustakadharini. She's holding a veena in her hand and book. So, Akshamala, Ankusham, Veena, Pustakam. All the four things she is holding in her hand. Sa Bhabhuva Varanari, that Shuddha Sattvam, it became an exquisite woman. Sa Bhabhuva Varanari. The Shuddha Sattvam became exquisite woman holding Akshamala, Ankusham, Pustakam and Veena. Namanyasya sadhava. Then Mahalakshmi started giving her names. We will go to the next. I have not taught you this. I will teach you, because once I get into the meaning, my problem is like I go into it. Mahavidya Mahavani.
Mahavidya Mahavani. Mahavidya Mahavani.
Bharati Vak Saraswati.
Bharati Vak Saraswati. Bharati Vak Saraswati.
Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati.
Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati. Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati.
Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur.
Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur.
Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari. Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati. Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati. Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari. Mahavidya Mahavani. Bharati Vak Saraswati. Arya Brahmi Kamadhenur. Veda Garbha cha Dhishwari.
Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir.
Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir. Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir.
Mahakalim Saraswatim.
Mahakalim Saraswatim. Mahakalim Saraswatim.
Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswati.
Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswatim. Ato Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswatim.
Yuvam Janayatam Devyau.
Yuvam Janayatam Devyo. Yuvam Janayatam Devyo.
Mitune Swanurupataha.
Mithune Swanurupataha. Mithune Swanurupataha.
Yuvam Janayatam Devyau. Mitune Swanurupataha.
Yuvam Janayatam Devyo. Mithune Swanurupataha. Yuvam Janayatam Devyo. Mithune Swanurupataha.
Atho Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswatim. Yuvam Janayatam Devyau. Mithune Swanurupataha.
Atho Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswatim. Yuvam Janayatam Devyo. Mithune Swanurupataha. Atho Vacha Mahalakshmir. Mahakalim Saraswatim. युवां जनयतां देव्यौ मिथुने स्वानुरूपदः.
Now, the Shuddha Sattvam has emerged from Mahalakshmi, and Mahalakshmi names her as Mahavidya, Mahavani, Bharati, Vak, Saraswati, Arya, Brahmi, Kamadenu, Vedagarbha, Dishwari. Mahavidya is the great knowledge. Mahavani, Vani is sound. Mahavani is great sound. Bharati, Bharati means eloquence. Vak, speech. Saraswati is the continuously flowing one, is called Saras. Saras means flowing. Saraswati means flowing one. Arya means noble person, noble one. Brahmi, the Shakti of Brahma. Kamadhenu, wish fulfilling cow. Kamadhenu, I don't need a reference to that. Actually, you have nurturing aspect of that. Veda Garbha, it is from her the Vedas emerged. So she is the womb of Vedas. Veda Garbha. Dhishwari. Dhishwari is, she is the sovereign of wisdom. So she is great knowledge, sovereign of wisdom. Understand, all these things are sattvic qualities. We call it as sattvic qualities. That is why the one who has attained wisdom remains sattvic irrespective of the circumstances that happens around him or her. So these are all the things. The first three, Mahavani, sound, Bharti, Vak, all these things, if you see, they are all like, even the Dishwari, wisdom, all these things are connected with creative capacity. Understand that. They are all creative because sound and the creation has been always together. Whatever that sound comes, her names that denotes sound, they all are, denotes only the creative capacity of her. Dhi is the last one, Dishwari. The final one is Dishwari. Dishwari, I said, is great wisdom, sovereign of wisdom.
What is Arya?
Arya is a noble one. Arya, we call as like, as even when they used to call, those days when Sanskrit was Arya Putra, Arya. So, what they say is, the Dishwari, the final name that is given to her as sovereign of wisdom. How wisdom comes? Wisdom comes through the thoughts. When your thoughts are pure, when your thoughts like, your reflection towards the spiritual thing, all these things, the thought means those are all the thoughts. Thoughts not about the negative thoughts. We are talking only about the positivity. Those thoughts are pure sattvic nature. So these are all attributed to her. That is the reason even thoughts are attributed to her. You have to understand the last name that is given to her, Dishwari. Dishwari is given because all these functions, if you see, so whether it is vak, speech, everything is given mainly as a pure form. So there is no kind of darkness in that. Tamasi is also not, it is a pure form. There is no contamination there in the tamasi. So you have to now think, there was one form, Mahalakshmi, which has got all the gunas in an equilibrium state, in a pure state. From that, pure tamas first emerged and it took a form, and pure sattvam emerged next. So that also took a form. So Mahalakshmi is now completely Rajasic nature. Got it? Understand? Because the three Rahasyams are connected with one another. You have to be very clear how things emerged. So Mahalakshmi was the only one present in the beginning. And one second, I'll get the battery just down. Wire is there. That is. Mahalakshmi was the only one in the beginning which had all pure forms of the three gunas. So this Mahalakshmi was only one and she had all the three gunas in her. From her emerged the pure tamasic nature and formed a form, took a form, assumed a form. Tamasic nature assumed a form. It emerged from her and assumed a form. So it is pure tamas, which is called in various names as Mahakali, Maharatri, all those things we call. And the pure sattvic form emerged as Saraswati, pure form of this. So Mahalakshmi has only Rajasic aspect in her. So three Devis, pure Tamas, pure Rajas and pure Sattva. So now Mahalakshmi is still the Adishakti. So she is still like, because these two forms emerged from her, she is the mother of these two forms. In spite of holding only Rajas with her, she is still the mother of these two forms. And now, Atho Vacha Mahalakshmir Mahakalim Saraswati. So now Mahalakshmi is addressing what they have to do next. These two forms have emerged and these were given the names and their duties. And now what you have to do. So she is addressing both Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. Yuvam janayatham divyau mithune swanurupataha. Mithune means couple. O goddesses, she is addressing, bring forth a male and a female according to your own natures. They have to be purely tamasic and they have to be purely sattvic. There is no mixture of anything because they don't have any mixture there. It is only separate tamas and separate sattva. So you bring forth from you a couple, mithunam, male and female. Mithuna is male and female, a couple, according to your own nature. So now from 3, now 6 are going to emerge. So this is like, when you take a light, there are 2 wires in that. You connect those 2 wires. Your battery also has got 2 sides. It is only both the sides are connected, the light comes. Now you have to think in the reverse way. The light is there. So both positive and negative should be present. The light is present because we are coming from the top, not going from the bottom. So we are coming from the top. Anulom Vilom. So we are coming from the top. So we saw 1. 1 became 3. Now 3 are still bifurcating to give positive and negative aspect. So a male and a female. So Mahalakshmi is ordering them, you just bring forth couples of your own form, respective form, both tamasam and satvikam. Okay? Because it is slightly difficult, that's why I am repeating it again and again for you to understand. I have to teach you this. Ityuktva te Mahalakshmi Sasarja Mithunam Swayam Ityuktva te Mahalakshmi Sasarja Mithunam Swayam
ते महालक्ष्मीः ससर्ज मिथुनं स्वयम् इत्युक्त्वा ते महालक्ष्मीः ससर्ज मिथुनं स्वयम्
हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ
हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ
स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
इत्युक्त्वा ते महालक्ष्मी ससर्ज मिथुनं स्वयं हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
इत्युक्त्वा ते महालक्ष्मी ससर्ज मिथुनं स्वयं हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ इत्युक्त्वा ते महालक्ष्मी ससर्ज मिथुनं स्वयं हिरण्यगर्भौ रुचिरौ स्त्रीपुंसौ कमलासनौ
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति
धादरित्याहतं वर्णरम्
धादरित्याहतं नरम् धादरित्याहतं नरम्
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम् ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम्
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम् ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम्
श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मीः
श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मीः श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मीः
like how you are splitting ityaha mata cha tam striyam. This is what it is. श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम्
श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम् श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता
actually that is Lakshmi ityaha mata cha tam striyam. She called the female form in these names. That is what श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम्
श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम् श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम्
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम् श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम्
ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम् श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम् ब्रह्मन् विदे विरिञ्चेति धादरित्याहतं नरम् श्रीपद्मे कमले लक्ष्मी इत्याह माता च तां स्त्रियम्
लक्ष्मीत्याह that is like that dirgham and it has to be said together, then only Lakshmi ityaha. Lakshmi is not dirgham there. Lakshmi ityaha. When you split it, that is not dirgham. When you say it together, it is dirgham. Understand that. Lakshmi ityaha mam stri. Okay. Ityuktva te Mahalakshmi sasarja mithunam swayam. So first Rajasic aspect splits. She is Rajasic, no, Mahalakshmi. She produced a couple from her. From her aspect, Rajasic aspect, she produced a couple. Ityutvate Mahalakshmi Sasarja Mithunam. She created that. She produced her own male-female combination, a couple. Swayam. Hiranya Garbhau Ruchiro. Hiranya Garbhau Ruchiro. They are like, born of the golden womb. Hiranya Garbha. Ruchiro, very resplendent, bright. Stri Pumsau Kamalasana. The couple, both male and the female, seated on lotus. So the couple seated on lotus, which emerged from Mahalakshmi, splendidly bright and Hiranyagarbha, born from the golden womb. What she calls now? She has to name them. Now it is all beginning of the creation, so she has to name them. Brahman vidhe virinchedi dadarityaham tam. Dadarityaha tam naram. She called the male. The male she called as Brahma, Vidhi, Virinchi. All these names are for Brahma. Dhatri, Dhathar, Dhatri, all the names. Because what is Brahma is the one who creates. With the creating power, it is called Brahma. Vidhi is also creator. Vidhi means creator. Virinchi is one of the names of Brahma, but we really don't know how he got that name Virinchi. Virinchi. Dhadar means the one who supports, supporter of the creation. So Dhadar, Dhatri, Dhatra. Okay? So these are all the names given to the male offspring. Male of this couple. The female is called Shrihi, Padma, Kamala, Lakshmi. The Shri, the female form is called Shri. Shri, you all know it is again splendor because both of them are looking so bright and lustrous. So Padma, because she is seated on lotus, she is called Padma. Kamala again, Kamala, lotus again. So the lotus is attributed again and again to her. Lakshmi means good fortune and auspiciousness. So all these names are given to this couple. So first Brahma emerges from Mahalakshmi and Lakshmi also take another forms. Mahalakshmi is different, Lakshmi is different. Lakshmi is the offspring of the Mahalakshmi. So first one became three, and now we are seeing the next six emerging. The first couple has emerged. One is Brahma, one is Lakshmi. Both are pure Rajasic nature. Understand all these things. You should not miss any point. That is the reason I am repeating it again and again. I will okay. We have 10 more minutes we can have it. Mahakali Bharati cha
Mahakali Bharati cha
Mithune Srujatas Saha
Mithune Srujatas Saha Mithune Srujatas
Saha Srujatas Saha. Okay. They created, they produced. Srujata means they produced. Mahakali Bharati cha Mithune Srujatas Saha.
Mahakali Bharati cha Mithune Srujatas Saha. Mahakali
Bharati cha Mithune Srujatas Saha. Yetayorapi Rupani.
Yetayorapi Rupani. Yetayorapi Rupani.
Namani cha Vadamite.
Namani cha Vadamite. Namani cha Vadamite.
Yetayorapi Rupani Namani cha Vadamite.
Yetayorapi Rupani Namani cha Vadamite. Yetayorapi Rupani Namani cha Vadamite.
Mahakali Bharati cha mithune srujatas saha etayorapi rupani namani cha vadami te.
Mahakali Bharati cha mithune srujatas saha etayorapi rupani namani cha vadami te. Mahakali Bharati cha mithune srujatas saha etayorapi rupani namani cha vadami te.
I will actually stop with this because the next one will continue their names and their forms and everything. Together they will say about Mahakali and Saraswati. So we will go for that in the next class. I just tell the meaning for this. Mahakali, Bharati. So what happened, like how Mahalakshmi produced that couple, Mahakali and Bharati also, they each of them produced a couple. So 4 people have emerged. Now Yetayorapi Rupani Namani cha vadami. Now I will tell you what is their Rupam form and Rupam and the names given to them. Namani. Rupani and Namani. I will explain to them. I will explain to you now what are all the Rupam and the names of those produced by Mahakali and Saraswati. We will leave it with this because the next one will come as names and things like that. So this Pradhanika Rahasyam you have to understand clearly because the next one will be the continuation of this Vaikruti Rahasyam and then the Murti Rahasyam. Everything is connected with one another. This only explains how the entire creation emerged. So Mahalakshmi, how she emerged is from the Brahman. She emerged as Kamakala. So Mahalakshmi is the first form that emerged from the Brahman as Kamakala. So she is equal to the Brahman itself. So that is, she is the Adi Shakti. From her emerged the pure forms of Tamas and Sattvic, Sattvam. So those two took the form of Mahakali and Saraswati, Mahasaraswati. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. When you go to Bombay, we see these 3 of them in the Mahalakshmi temple. It's written as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. They are the Adi Shaktis. Understand that? And from them emerged the Mithunam, the couple. Each of them produced a couple which are true to their nature. First one, Rajasic, we have seen Brahma and Shri have emerged. Lakshmi, Brahma, they have emerged as pure Rajasic nature. Why Rajasic Brahma? Because the creation needs activity. Creation needs activity. Rajas actually denotes action. Action starts from Brahma. That is the reason. And even the boon to be given, Shri, she needs to be active. She cannot be a tamasic or sattvic nature. She needs to give according to what we do. Understand the divine is only the reflection of our thoughts. Okay? With that we will end today's session. Guru Namaha.